Testing, testing. Is that better? The the complexity of the setup right now. All right, let's do that again. Sent to the future from the year 2000 by a glitch due to the Millennium Bug, I'm adapting to thrive in the peculiar conditions of the 2020s. Join me in a multimedia extravaganza as we surf the World Wide Web, catch up on 2 decades of video games, and mess around with creative tools new and old. I'm Millennium Cyborg, welcome to the new millennium, and thank you, Teddy Bear Halo. I carefully tested a whole bunch of stuff on this modified setup and missed a very simple audio source on the chatting screen. So let's see. I've got so many things going on I can't see. Yeah, we've got music as well. That's good. Hi, good to see you. Let's see. Last time I successfully streamed was last Friday, and I decided to go towards a 2 PC setup in order to reduce the load on my main desktop, which is rendering my avatar and indeed rendering unnecessarily rendering my entire 3D environment, which I can toggle on over here. There we go. I'm doing ambitious ray tracing nonsense, and I want to eliminate things that are causing issues, during the stream, so that I can continue to develop it further. So I decided to have my laptop be my OBS handler, the streaming box, because OBS takes a lot more resources than you'd think. And I tried that, and it worked great on Friday's stream. A few technical issues, but for the most part worked great. Come Monday, I was trying to run Journeyman project, which does not run happily. Journeyman Project 3, which is the next one for us to stream, was not running happily on modern machines. Had lots of trouble, did not get it together in time for the stream. What I ended up doing is pulling out an old desktop from 6 or 7 years ago, my previous machine, out of storage, wiping that clean, both physically and in terms of the drive, and configuring that. So I'm now one of the those high-end 3-machine VTubers, just like all the cool kids. I've now got this old machine is going to be my gaming machine, and I can deal with the fact that I can only run the game full screen just fine. I've got 3 keyboards around me and 2 mice and 1 trackpad. It's an absolute mess, but ironically on the software side things are simpler. I've got NDI sending video and audio around, and I don't have to mess around with voice meter this way. I don't have capture devices involved, so I'm hoping that the stream will go smoothly now. Yeah, it is a bit lame, a bit of a sort of nightmare of screens and everything. That said, I also had a very... Oh, you know what? I've got an image. Hang on. Thinking... Just a moment. Let's see. No, I'm not going to bring it up now on stream, but I'll do a before and after next time, maybe. I did very silly things previously with the placement of my monitors and laptop, and I've gone to something much simpler as well from that point of view. So now it's just laptop screen, horizontally, and the camera placement is sensible, and the devices are hooked up in a sensible way. All of my stream audio is going through NDI, which is a kind of magical protocol for sending video around as long as you have the bandwidth. All of my monitor audio is going through a dinky little passive hardware mixer. And hopefully there's much less to go wrong here, and there shouldn't be issues with synchronization either, which was a problem last stream. So, with all that said, we are playing Journeyman Project 3, which is the third in the series, and this one, it's been, I think, the longest since it's trivially true, it's the longest since I played it, but also it was true before I started streaming them. Because I'd restarted at one point Journeyman Project 1 and 2, whereas 3, I just played it back in the day, finished it, did not play it since. So I'm interested to see how it looks nowadays, or from a quick look while setting up. I remember it looking a lot more advanced and shiny than it actually does. So let's head over to the game screen. And oh no, it's desktop capture. This is in fact what I have to do in order to get the game capturing. Although I've got experience with apps like DXWind to get some games running windowed that don't want to be, this game I could not get that working. So it's just a dedicated PC running the game full screen, capturing the desktop. I also haven't set up the volume levels, should be set correctly, but I've not set up ducking on the audio, which I usually have. So we'll see how it goes without the ducking. And there's my lighting.
La 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 la! I can't hear you. I'm not listening.
If you hadn't infected my suit, we wouldn't be stranded here in this forsaken...
I object to the term infected. Some of my best friends are viruses. I prefer the term sublet.
Get the hell out of my suit, you annoying little bug.
That's Mr. Little Bug to you. And I would love to leave this rapidly ripening Robbie the Robot fat suit, Miss Au Natural, but it appears that we are stuck with each other. Besides, there's nothing stopping you from leaving my suit.
Actually, Arthur, that's not a bad idea.
What are you doing? You took me serious. You're not supposed to do that. You'll be unprotected. Don't drink the water!
So I'll explain in a moment what we're seeing to catch you up on the story. But I think this cutscene doesn't play when we start the game, so I'm letting it play through. Dun, dun, dun. This has such good, like, late 90s sci-fi, early 2000s sci-fi energy.
Commander, I'm receiving a priority message from Frontier Outpost Helm.
On main screen.
The vessel has ignored all hailing attempts. All electronic systems were disrupted when it arrived. Our station is beginning to drift. Any symbiometry ships within this sector, please assist.
Can we make it there in time?
No, sir, we're too far. Scanners indicate that there's a large vessel next to the outpost. Wait. Commander? I'm detecting a huge displacement wave emanating from the space around the vessel.
Oh lord. There must be thousands.
There are more ships appearing on the border.
All systems are shorting out. Energy levels are up. Escape!
Outpost
Well, that
Helm,
seems
this
bad.
is the Science Vessel Oracle. Please respond. Can you hear me? Helm, this is the Science Vessel Oracle. Please respond. Are you reading me? Please respond. Helm, this is the Science Vessel Oracle. Can you respond? Do you hear me?
They have returned.
The Journeyman Project 3, Legacy of Time. Excellent. Okay, so now I can explain a bit, give a summary. So in the first game, firstly in all of the games we play Gage Blackwood, Agent 5 of the Temporal Safety Agency, or Temporal Security, I keep forgetting, Temporal Safety let's say. In the first game, we have to prevent the inventor of time travel from altering history in order to prevent us joining the symbiote of peaceful beings. So after alien contact had been made, we were invited to join peaceful spacefaring races in this coalition. And the inventor of time travel, suspicious of the motives of the aliens, changed history in order to prevent it from coming to pass. So we had to fix history and then prevent an on-site assassination attempt. In the second game, Agent 3 attempted to frame us for, oh hang on, I've got to remember this. So Agent 3 was attempting to sell time travel technology, which is exclusive to humanity, to another race that is part of the symbiote of peaceful beings that we've now joined. And she attempted to frame us, Gage Blackwood, for that. Gage Blackwood travelled back in time to give himself his own time travel suit and have him investigate his own frame up. So we were playing as that past version of ourselves, investigating the frame job, and at the end of that we discover it was in fact Agent 3 trying to hide information about time travel in historical artifacts that were then purchased at an auction in the future, and the secret of how to decode the knowledge then revealed to the buyer. We were able to prevent that, and at the end of the game, our AI companion, who we picked up partway through the game, uploads himself to Agent 3's time travel suit in order to, basically hack her systems and send her off to who knows where in time. And so what we saw in the cutscene at the beginning there was our AI assistant in her suit talking to her as they arrive. Don't know how much time later. Back at some point in history, and she gets out of the suit and leaves it cloaked, and the suit has the ability to be cloaked if it's standing still. The other thing was some race of aliens invading the space around Earth, I suppose, but that I don't remember anything relevant about that. All right, now for some more FMV fun as we start the game.
Remove the power cores. But sir...
You have your orders, Dalton.
I love the guy who plays the head of the TSA.
Hold it, Will.
Agent Blackwood. The decree was just handed down from the Earthworld Senate.
We can't just shut everything down. This is insanity. We have a responsibility to safeguard history, Commissioner.
That responsibility has been revoked. All time travel operation has been suspended. Gage, this comes from higher up.
What about Agent 3? She's still out there hiding in the stream. We already know what she's capable of. We can't shut down TSA with her at large.
The Agent 3 case has been closed. There's no evidence she survived. We've scoured the time stream for a month and turned up nothing. She's gone, Gage.
She knows exactly how we coordinate pursuit missions. With her training, she could easily be avoiding detection. We're making a tragic mistake, Jack.
I have orders to deliver all jumpsuit cores to the World Senate. I will appeal there and fight this with all my influence. Until I settle this, I need you to uphold the suspension and take command of the TSA. Can I count on you, Gage?
Yes, sir.
That's our old suit. Elliot Sinclair, inventor of time travel.
Elliot, your fears have been confirmed. The Quothalas have returned.
Oh, I should have told him more when he came. Now my people, my planet, are in terrible danger. Old friend, I need you to do something for me.
Goodbye, old friend. May you find peace at last.
How did Elliot Sinclair know aliens were going to invade like that? I mean, he did have a time machine, but...
One thing I didn't tell you, Gage. You're gonna have to do the rest without me. I'm the virus. Thanks for the adventure. I'll see you on the other side.
That's what happened at the end of last game.
What did you do? What did you do?
What are you still doing here, Gage?
I was hoping to jog some memories of this. It's strange. I don't remember anything of Arthur.
It's not strange at all. You were mind-wiped. Those synapses, those memories are gone. Those events had to be selectively erased.
I know I shouldn't remember him, but I feel an absence I can't explain. When Agent 3 captured me, Arthur sacrificed himself to save my life. From these logs, I can tell we endured a lot together. I can't recall a single moment.
We had to mind wipe ourselves after we used our past self to solve our future crime or accusation.
She just hooked up the pipeline. I need it. I'm gonna swim up and see if I can stop her.
Good, you're awake. Don't bother trying
Gage,
to
you gotta
move,
see
your
this.
suit's disabled. I've got
Fallon Prison. It was only 10 years ago today that his plot to assassinate the Cyrolan delegate during Earth's induction into the Symbiotry was thwarted by the heroics of Gage Blackwood, Agent 5 of the Temporal Security Agency.
Okay, security.
Sinclair will be
I'll
remembered
try and remember
as both
that.
the greatest scientist of our time and as the greatest threat to Earth's history. Once again, Dr. Elliot Sinclair, the father of time travel, has died at Vegathalon Prison.
Dun dun dun. Just when we shut down all the suits.
I've pinpointed the rip. Origin Mediterranean 1262 BC. It's caused a... Gage, there's a temporal distortion wave heading towards the president. It's amplifying exponentially.
Agent 3, she's finally made her move now. The TSA is completely crippled. Will, you have to install a new core for my suit.
Commissioner Baldwin took all the cores. We don't have time to construct a new one.
There must be something. What about reactivating the Pegasus device?
That old time machine? Not a chance. It's been shelved for years. Gage, we're suspended. We don't have many options.
Forget the suspension, Will. That wave will rewrite history. There must be a way to stop it. You're hiding something from me. Damn it, Will. Tell me how to go back while there's still time.
There's one very dangerous possibility. Follow me.
I love these environments.
I'm not supposed to show this, even to you. But under the circumstances, well, here it is. The chameleon jumpsuit.
How long have you been keeping a secret from me?
I began working on the prototype about a year ago. It utilizes holotechnology, allowing an agent to assume any virtual disguise in its database. It was intended for your deep time research unit.
Someone performed a stream dive with it?
You'd be the first, but I suppose that's nothing new. Gage, if you go, Commissioner Baldwin may never grant you another command again, or worse.
Baldwin knows it's my job to preserve history, Will. He'll understand. If he doesn't, then I guess I'll be cellmates with Agent 3 when I get back.
For FMV games, I feel like these have particularly good
All right.
FMV.
There's no time for a full diagnostic, but I need to see if the chameleon system works. You should now see a display within your helmet. Move your cursor over me. Use it to capture my image. Hurry. Good. Now my image is in your image database. Remember, you can only assume a form that is native to a time zone, which means you'll have to capture someone else's form when you're in the past. Also, you'll need to know how to initiate a temporal jump. There's a display at the top of the helmet that shows the date and the current time zone. Activate that and choose a location. You should only have one, the source of the distortion wave at 1262 BC.
I kind of want to make myself more
Quickly,
crunchy.
Gage. 1262 BC. Go.
All right, fine. Let's do what he says.
That's it. The rest is up to you. Good luck, Gage.
Give me a moment. I didn't get to use this much, but I did make a dither filter. Where did I put it? There we go. I need to copy that. And then grab it from here. Having three machines going, it's unimaginably more fiddly than having just one. So if I ever do have enough of a budget to get myself a truly beefy machine that can run everything I want at once, I would probably go back. But for now, let's see. I might be skipping frames a bit. I'm in studio mode. How's that look? I feel like this is ridiculous because I'm spending extra GPU and CPU time to make myself look crunchier. Alright. It looks like the GPU struggles with that. So I won't try it. There we go, back to normal. Having the laptop being where all of the effects are running is struggling a touch. But now, yeah, I'll try and bring my lighting effects into the Unity application, and that should hopefully make things more efficient, because it'll be quite cheap to do, hopefully. So, this is one of those games where you're in a fixed viewpoint and looking around 360 degrees. In the previous games, you had fixed angles. So this is, I don't know if this is QuickTime VR or something similar to QuickTime VR. Oh, look at that. We've got some kind of simulated dynamic exposure of the sun there. And yeah, I remember this being substantially better, higher resolution when I first played it. Yeah, good to see you. There's the suit. Hello?
Gage, remember the smooth, sultry voice? It's me, Arthur! The Robin to your Batman, the Jekyll to your Heckle, the Thing to your Thing. Why the long face? You remember me, right? Dimples! Remember the... from your blank stare, I would say that you don't. Oh well, I'm not hurt. But if you don't mind, I'm gonna take a look around and make myself at home. While I'm checking things out, I have a message from your pen pal, Agent 3. Yes, Miss Joy.
You lost 30,000 beans. I'll see afterwards if I can refund that somehow.
The cause of the distortion wave. Once Arthur sends it to the TSA, the crisis will be over. I know everyone believes I'm a traitor, and I can't change that now. But what I have discovered is so incredible that I'm willing to turn myself in. But I can't risk being imprisoned before my discovery is investigated. So, you will follow my trail and see what I have seen. I have hidden 3 pieces of a time code that will lead you right to me. The first code piece is hidden in this environment, not far from here. Arthur has the coordinates for the other 2 time zones. You will soon figure out why I placed the codes where I did. In 2 of the environments, you want to go to the highest vantage point, but in the other, go to the lowest. I implore you, keep your eyes and your mind open, and remember that your first duty is to history.
The good news is, I know why you don't know me. The bad news is, you were mind-wiped. 2 months ago, you were taken from the past to help save your neck in the future. Together, we stopped Agent 3's plot to frame you. but I got zapped into the time stream with her in the process. Once your name was cleared, the TSA sent you back to your own time without any memory of the adventure, so you don't remember me. But we're back now. Together we'll find Agent 3 and bring her back alive. Oh, this will be more exciting than a pair of pants full of geckos. Just like before, I'll display icons for you to talk with me. If I have a comment, the thought icon will illuminate. If you want my sage advice, check the light bulb and see if I have any help. Oh, and I took the liberty of moving into the old translator biochip. So, I'll be your universal translator now. The new coordinates are in your jump menu. Lead on, Gage.
So there's a setting for how chatty you want him to be, Arthur, which just reminds me of Babsy, the other game where there's a setting where for how chatty the lovable companion should be, or main character. Well, that's not a flattering comparison, but we'll see how he is. I've set him on normal mode for now, the default. Yeah, Yagya, I think I can't just arbitrarily gift you lost beans, unfortunately. But on the other hand, I don't have any great redeems just yet, so maybe you've got time to build some up again before there's anything exciting to redeem. Now that I'm concentrating more on my app, I'll try and add redeems for things within the app, and then you know, the way all the cool kids do it. Probably not things like spawn a bunch of objects in world and have them bounce around, but more like graphical effects and that sort of thing. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. I could always figure out some sound redeems. I haven't figured out how to do those. So apparently we've got oh right, the other thing to mention, so Agent 3 said, okay, she's leaving us clues to try and discover what she discovered. We did see in the intro cutscene a UFO, so maybe it's something to do with that. Ooh. So, okay.
According to history, this uncharted island never existed. However, we are relatively close to Thera, an island that erupted in a huge volcanic explosion a few hundred years ago. The crater it left became the island of Santorini. The destruction of Thera had far-reaching consequences. From about 1950 to 1450 BC, the Minoans of Crete ruled the Mediterranean during the golden age of their civilization. When Thera erupted around 1450 BC, volcanic ash from 70 miles away covered Crete, while tidal waves flooded the island cities, wiping out the great Minoan nation. It was later proposed by archaeologists that the lost continent of Atlantis could have shared the same fate.
Interesting. Getting some real history here. What am I doing here? I can't climb up, I guess. There's got to be something around here, otherwise they wouldn't have done lots of renders.
Clean up aisle 2.
Thank you, Arthur. Very helpful.
That derelict boat seems to be in a hurry to leave the island. Hold on, there's somebody on that boat. He looks familiar. Call me time-space happy, but I swear that's Dr. Elliot Sinclair, the scientist who invented time travel. The guy you put away for 10 to 20 at Vega Thalon. He could be Sinclair's distant cousin. And you know what that means. Baldness is hereditary.
Nice. Supposing it is Dr. Elliot Sinclair, it's also him when he was younger, or he dyed his hair. Rope, I think. Rope ladder, sure. Maybe we can use that to climb the thingy. Any further? Okay, let's see if we can climb the tower.
That building was not dilapidated from natural erosion. I would say that it looks freshly smashed. Who would have it in for a windmill? Don't look now, but that broken windmill is staring you down. You're no Don Quixote, but I think you can take it.
Like 50% interesting historical facts, 50% nonsense. That I'm grateful that that's a lot easier than the Da Vinci contraption puzzle where I spent ages trying to drag one thing onto another thing in the right place to be able to travel onwards. I'm clipping there. Okay, so we've got a way further up and a couple of exits. Whoa! I'm often like clicking when I meant to rotate. I only have one button control. Okay, nothing there. No? Okay. I'm having a quick look at the environments. Wondering what did they use to render this scene. In Journeyman Project 2, it was very obviously Bryce when you were at the apartment at least. Here, I would say...
This island isn't deserted, it's been attacked. Something destroyed the city's seawalls and flooded it.
I could believe this is something akin to an HDRI, like an actual real environment capture for the sky. And then... hard to tell. The resolution, especially once you get into these QuickTime VR spheres, actually pretty low. Ah. A time code. An eclipse? Well, that's aliens.
That Cyrolan ship completely leveled that building. But the Cyrolans are supposed to be the good guys.
Oh, Cyrolan.
The founders of the symbiotree. Why would our allies attack? We need to get to the bottom of this. Let me check out the time code. The time code you found is 1/3 of a temporal coordinate. With the other 2 pieces, I can triangulate Agent 3's location.
Well, you found one of the codes. I assume I have your interest piqued. Now, find the other pieces. There's still much more to see.
The nerve of her. Coming in here, taking over my space. Next thing you know, she'll be cleaning up my workbench.
All right. So mission complete there. Can I? All right. I guess let's go for this one. Having no. Whoa. What's going on?
Either Agent 3 has sent us to languish in a deep well, or we shrank into your turtleneck.
We are in a well. Well, at least this limits the possibilities for the puzzle we have to solve.
Maybe we could use that rope and bucket to send a message to the surface. Something like, "Help us, we're new to this time-traveling thing," or, "Please fill the well with stairs."
I just clicked the rock and he just kind of moved it. Okay, so we've got... I'm guessing that's a hint, and then that's... Oh, you know what? I should move myself a tiny bit to the side so that I don't block our pal. I have so many things going on right now. So many keyboards and mice. Okay, so that seems good. Not blocking anything. So I think that is a hint. That is some kind of either informative or smart ass
Maybe
comment.
we could use that rope and bucket to send a message to the surface.
I guess
Something
that
like, "Help us,
repeats.
we're new to this." If this is a well, then one of my wishes is to be in a bigger well.
Alright, what's this? Oh. Well, that works.
Next time we vacation in the past, I'll bring my swim trunks. So what's next? Bungee jumping off the pyramids? Bull leaping in Crete?
Hang on. No, there was a click. There was another thing. Oh well. What am I grabbing? By the way, our suit has a space-time pocket. So don't worry about us carrying a ridiculous amount of stuff around. That's explained. Winch handle. What does the question mark mean? I can't click it.
Did you hear that noise? Sounds like there's some kind of commotion going on in the distance.
Yeah, buddy, did you not see when we came in?
Whatever tore through here seemed intent on breaking and scorching everything. From what I can tell of the remains, the former culture was very advanced, and judging from the shape of this plateau, they mastered terrace farming techniques. Although they probably should have put more time into the fire department. Look, Gage, another basket case.
Well, we're collecting adventure gamey items. No idea how they'll be relevant just yet. I'm guessing those are aliens destroying. So is the idea that we're going to different time periods where aliens destroyed human civilizations? And that stick looks like something I'd want to pick up, but doesn't seem like I can. I think that might be it for this area. Sometimes there's a double arrow for moving and sometimes a single one. I'm trying different things to sort of... Right, I think maybe if I keep the button held down, it will keep going until it stops.
How typical. Every time we go to a theme park, all the good rides are closed.
That's some kind of a lever thing. Oh, hang on, that's not UFO. Is it a balloon?
For once, I'm at a loss for words. I can't think of a reason why those piñatas are here. Pre-Columbian South American cultures were never really known to be avid balloonists. But then again, according to my knowledge of this time period, there was no record for this civilization.
Thanks for dropping by, Teddy. See you around.
The balloon closer to the ground appears to have been damaged. I can see that the higher balloon appears to be in better shape. It has an attached gondola. With the attached baskets, the natives could have used these balloons for transport.
So this is a fictional civilization. What are we doing here? Can I use... Oh, baskets. Baskets? There's a hook. He said baskets. I guess the game's not giving me that one. What about, Okay, there we go.
Not exactly the prettiest balloon, but it definitely maybe should fly. Oh my kidding, this baby's going down. So why don't you go up first, Gage, and I'll go find a shovel and dig your early grave.
Wow. Some confidence, eh? When did the hook's there? Oh. Fine. Again. Okay, worked that time. Nice.
Do you hear a hissing noise? Yes, I'm quite aware of how annoying that is. Now try not to think about the height, Gage. We're only 100 feet up. Just breathe deeply and sob into the in-flight magazine.
I do get vertigo in games and in real life. Alright, well there's a hook down there. Does that mean we can... No, don't do that. Yes? Yes, do that. Good. Oh. Well, that's, that does not seem safe. That does not seem safe.
I am newcomer Gage Blackwood has roped a wild air balloon in under 6 seconds. That makes him our new rodeo grand champion.
Here's another time code. I don't remember much about this game, but I remember that even at this stage, well, that's a different alien spaceship. Even at this stage, I was like having to look at a guide, I think, because I did not have a good puzzle brain. Oh, those are that's the Roland ship fighting with? Wherever those are?
There were 2 different alien groups fighting over that city. I recognized the Sir Roland ship, but I have no idea who those other vessels belong to. Maybe Agent 3 can explain more when we find her. Let's look at this time code. Nice work, Gage. I'm computing the second piece now. Looks like she's pretty far. How can I tell you in terms you would understand? You know how long it takes to find humor in a Gallagher show? Well, in time-space terms, she's 1,000 Gallagher shows away. That third piece is essential to the coordinate.
I don't think that reference
any chance to find her.
would have landed that
Excellent.
well even at the
By
time.
now you
right? How old
understand
is
the
Gallagher?
importance of my discovery. Go to the last environment. The final code piece will lead you right to my position.
If she does that one more time, I'm putting up a sign that says no girl time agents allowed. Gage, this is your colon. Eat more, Bran. The whole space-time continuum concept is actually quite simple. You see, Gage, space and time are actually just floating along in a big lava lamp. We're in a null time pocket, Gage. If this place was a verb, it would be regurgitate. Agent 3 and I discovered it when we were thrown into the time stream. Not a terribly exciting place to honeymoon, but I figured it was safer than where we just were. Gage, I think you're good for about 900 more flushes. Gage, help! We're trapped inside your screensaver!
That would be a cool screensaver. Also, this implies that in 2329 they still have screensavers. I'm finding, like, I found Arthur quite annoying in Journeyman Project 2, but I'm enjoying his presence a lot more this game.
It's cold. I think we just arrived on Agent 3's shoulder. From the state of things, we just missed the avalanche that tore through this building. If we invent the toboggan centuries before its time, we could sell them to local Tibetans and be gazillionaires in the future. Abusing time travel how? Oh, I suppose you want to save the world. What about our needs?
Alright. We're looking at some kind of contraption with gears, some gizmo. We can go down that way, but I'm not sure which way. There seem to be a bunch of ways to go down. We can go...
Would it be improper for an artificial intelligence to go sledding? Just one hill gauge. Come on, it's the Himalayas.
And we can go down this way. You know what? I like this this ambient audio. It's not bad. One aspect of this QuickTime VR sort of scene, it's hard to tell what's interactable or what isn't.
I feel like yodeling. The bridge control system looked like it was broken or missing a part. Let's look around outside of the gatehouse.
Bridge
Maybe something
control,
important was knocked away when the avalanche hit.
Well, I'm gonna save. Interesting UI here. Something is not quite working, but never mind. Maybe that worked. Laws, good to see you. They did make 3 of these, and the quality of the FMV in this third one and some of the environments and stuff is definitely gone up. And also I found the writing, the quips for our little
Good
companion.
idea, Gage. That's it, we'll just climb down into the ravine and then we'll just find a nice little hotel and maybe have a light dinner and then we'll maybe... Oh, Gage, give me some warning next time you try to kill yourself.
He says a lot more than the last game, but I think he's more fun. No. Okay, so there's a pulley here, and then this big wheel, and then there's gears up at the top. Okay, so we've explored down this way, so we need to go this way now. Okay, that looks relevant.
Oh my, Gage. That poor man in the snow is dead. The destruction caused by this avalanche was complete. I doubt there were any survivors.
I'll be honest, I thought that was supposed to be a mannequin, but I guess that's just the quality of the CG. So there are gears here, so I'm guessing wooden staff, control wheel. I'm guessing that goes here somehow. Presumably that did the trick.
think I was sitting on my keys.
So, we've got that direction, that direction. I think there's just 2 directions. Maybe actually nothing to do that way. Whoops. I was trying to look at the statue, but I guess we just go right past it. Alright, a stuck window. We've got a stick. There we go.
Just think, if we were in the Magic Kingdom, this would be Tragedy Land.
So we're looking for a time code inscribed upon some surface or other. And based on the last couple of time zones, we'll spot a time code and then immediately aliens will attack.
In case of an emergency, please exit the building over the escape Buddha in an orderly fashion.
There we are. Sir Roland's.
Uh-oh, Sir Roland's. They look like they mean business.
Aren't they our
What could they be
friends?
searching for here? Uh-oh. Gage, if we don't leave now, the Master of the Flying Guillotine will finish us in a split second. We've got her! Computing her position now. According to these coordinates, Agent 3 is hiding 14 days before your present time on a different planet. Possibly Jupiter or Saturn. Okay,
Wow.
I have her position now. Be ready for anything, Gage.
Now you know that aliens destroyed Atlantis, Shangri-La, and El Dorado. Imagine how history would have been different if those cities were spared. The TSA must know of our discovery. With the last timepiece, you should have the coordinate for my position. I will be waiting.
Atlantis, Shangri-La, and El Dorado.
Gage, I didn't think the TSA would send you. How can you ignore what I've shown you? Think of your duty to history.
What would you know about duty? You're coming with me now.
Wait, before you arrest me. There's someone here who may convince you further.
Why do you plague me in my final moments? You took away my lab, my life.
Dr. Sinclair, I saw you in the past. Fleeing the destruction of Atlantis. What were you doing there?
Atlantis! You saw its destruction. Then you know that the most beautiful city in history was destroyed by our benevolent protectors.
Yes, I saw it all, Elliot. But why did the Sorolans attack? They were allies.
They razed Atlantis. It was an unrelenting fire. When the Sorolans came back 10 years ago, I tried to warn Earth, and nobody would listen. And I was imprisoned by you for my foresight.
Yeah, they really upped the
I
production
need to
value.
know more. Who were the Sorolans fighting?
Long ago, I believed in higher powers. I took it as my purpose to heal and shepherd the world. But the world turned its back on me. And this is my reward for a lifetime of faith. Goodbye, Agent Blackwood.
Elliot.
Well, we can just grab someone and take them with us. That's convenient.
Can anyone around here follow orders? William,
I love this
the
guy.
chameleon prototype was top secret. You're in this just as deep as Gage is. You can't imagine the trouble you've caused us. Lock her up! I should throw you in with Agent 3 for insubordination. But the truth is, I need you. We're in the middle of a crisis. The Breaker Quadrant was attacked only hours ago.
What? There hasn't been an attack on the Symbiotree in decades. Do we know who?
We haven't been able to identify the ships. They smashed through our frontier outpost. They're on an intercept course for Earth. The Sorolans have cautioned us to ready our planetary defenses, and are here to offer their support and counsel.
Gage Blackwood, I am Gisela, the Sorolan ambassador to Earth. In this time of crisis, we have come to ask you for your aid.
Those same ships have been on Earth before! They were fighting your people, Ambassador! Gage, tell them what you saw!
Hell, is she still here? Get her out of my sight!
Agent 3 is right. While I was in the past, I saw a craft similar to that when battling Sorolan ships. I was in Atlantis, Ambassador. I know what your race did.
What the hell are you talking about, Gage?
Be calm, Commissioner Baldwin. My government has never permitted me to admit this. In your distant past, we defended your planet against a savage race, the Quothalas. When my race was young, an elder race called the Sosequi had already passed. They left only whispered legends of their legacy, a relic that contained their vast knowledge. A trail of legends led us to Earth, and it was at Atlantis that we met the Quothalas. After words of peace failed. We both fought with a frightening passion for our birthright. When one of the Quothalas ships landed near the temple, we had no choice but to destroy the city. We still believe that action saved your world, and many others.
Your quest for the legacy has resulted in the destruction of 3 civilizations from our history.
The Quothalas were butchers! We saved your Earth from enslavement!
After the destruction of Atlantis, we battled the Quothalas hordes for centuries. Twice more during your history, the Legacy's influence resurfaced in the form of 2 highly advanced human cultures. Sadly, each of the cities were destroyed in brutal battles. After the third city fell, we were able to crush the Quotha. We assumed they were gone forever.
Commissioner, I'm receiving a message from deep space.
Earth. You must turn over the legacy and time travel technology, the birthright of the Quotha. If you do not, there will be dire consequences.
The situation is desperate. The Symbiotree defense fleet is scattered, and the Quotha Armada more formidable than ever. That is why we have come here. With the legacy, we may be able to stop the Quotha. Without it, the Symbiotree might not be able to protect Earth this time.
You need us for our time travel technology. You're asking us to go back to the cities before their destruction to search for this legacy.
Let me go back, Commissioner. I've been to the cities. I can find this legacy. At the very least, it will give the Earth a bargaining chip with the Quotha.
You wouldn't even know where to start looking.
In each of the cities, the attacks seem concentrated over the central temples. The legacy may be hidden in one of them.
Doesn't look as though we have much of a choice. But this is going to happen our way, Ambassador. This will be an Earth investigation only. The Earth government will be made aware of everything you've disclosed.
My government should not have kept this from you for so long. I hope this will not hurt the kinship between Cyril and Earth.
Very well, Gage. I'm sending you on a mission to search for this legacy.
William, program 3 jump coordinates to each of the 3 cities approximately 1 day before they will be destroyed.
They should be uploading to your suit in a moment.
Should be giving yourself a touch more time, I feel.
All of the Cyrolan legends describing the legacy are vague. This pendant is an ancient Sosequi relic that our archaeologists discovered on another planet. We believe this symbol is a Sosequi marking that represents their legacy. The true legacy might also bear this mark. Good fortune, Agent Blackwood.
Well, there we go. We're looking for some alien artifact.
Meanwhile, back at the Batcave... Gage, tell me honestly, you're really the only guy that works here, right?
It's true that we didn't see much of the other agents, except for Agent 3, we saw only personnel files.
Bright light! Bright light!
I really wish I could see high resolution versions of this lab, because I'd love to reference it for some of my own environments. Do a save. Alright, I don't think this is this is nothing. We just need to use this UI. And might as well start with Atlantis. So, as we know from the beginning of the game, this time around we have chameleon cloaking technology. Oh, we don't have that dude anymore. That's not relevant. So we need to kind of spot someone and scan them, I guess, without them seeing us, and then we can holographically impersonate them, which gives us more freedom to wander around.
The inhabitants of the city were ingenious. See the series of concentric seawalls? It looks like they built a canal and a lock system to control the water level within the city. They've drained out the crater to expose more usable land. But if they're reclaiming land, why did they keep the water level high in the center? What an incredible city. Quite a difference from the aquarium we saw on our last visit. Judging from the caldera crescent shape of this island, I would gather that it was once an active volcano. If Agent 3 was right, and this really was Atlantis, then it surpassed even the most fantastic legends of its existence.
Well, the most fantastic legends, I think, I guess classical legends.
Did you notice that one of the sails on this windmill is missing? Well, I did. And I deserve a cookie.
Right, is there a trapdoor for us to go down?
We have a lot of ground to cover, so if you get stuck, we can always time jump to another environment. Don't fret. I'll log the precise coordinates so when you choose to return, we'll appear exactly on the spot where we left.
Interesting. That's unlike the previous games where if we return to time period, we would start from the beginning.
That door might be a trap. Door.
Sure, I'll take some giant gears. Okay. Don't know why I'm doing that, but...
Another trapdoor. Looks like the only exit. Unless you want to jump out the window.
Igor, pull the first lever.
I need a lever that won't drive me crazy. A few more turns, Gage. Heave! Punch her back into it, laddie.
Well, he mentioned one of them was broken, so... How many are there? What happens if we try and go down the trapdoor before we do what he was saying?
I want you to watch this spiraling staircase. You're getting sleepy. Now repeat after me. Arthur is always right. I owe it. Whoa, stop, Gage. That must be the keeper of the windmill. Since you don't have any Atlantean guises in your chameleon database, it might be wise to meet him later. Let's find another way around.
I can't scan him either. Okay, so that's why we are doing the whole puzzle. Last time, the metal hook bit traveled with the trapdoor, and I mentioned the clipping in the one day in the future time period. But this time, the hook thing did not travel with the trapdoor. Just a slight graphical bug report for them. A tiny bit late. Well, I thought we would be able to like do something with that, but now what? Whee!
The first description of Atlantis in literature was from Plato in a series of discussions from his works Timaeus and Critias. According to Plato, Atlantis was a utopia that existed somewhere in the Western Ocean. It was never known whether Plato was actually describing the fabled lost continent or fabricating an elaborate concept to help prove an argument, as he was known to do. We shouldn't stand here for too long. From up here, we're likely to be seen. Oh, hi down there. Who, us? Just a couple of windmill repairmen doing their job. Gage, quick, show me your butt crack. Anyway, we should find a guise quickly before we really are spotted. Go on, Gage. Take a flying leap.
I guess this is a crane for moving goods up to the higher level from the ship.
The writings on the sail on the back of that docked boat tell me it's Egyptian. Let's see, I think it reads, "My other ship is a barge?" Remember, don't look down. I told you not to look down. Now you better use the umbrella.
Well. There we go. Oh, that really does not look like it should be holding our weight.
Avast, ye landlubbers. Ye face Arthur the Terrible and Blackwood the mildly terrible but still righteous mom. Strike ye colors and prepare to be boarded.
Don't mind me, I'm feeling particularly naughty today. Look at that cloth. This ship must have been hauling silk, among other cargo.
Luffy, what kind of cruise ship is this? No skipper, no Marianne, no professor? Probably no shuffleboard or holes in the hull. I'm leaving.
Captain's log, star date 1262 BC.
Wow, he really has got
On
equipped
a routine
for every
expedition, we
single...
stumbled upon a strange Atlantean vessel with no crew. I'm hoping to rescue a naive alien mermaid shackled within the brig of this ship.
Sorry, Gage, but you can't go any further. There's a native just out of sight ahead. You're going to have to assume a chameleon guise before you can go that way.
Coins for a blind beggar. Coins for a blind beggar.
So in previous games, we couldn't talk to anyone. We couldn't even encounter humans from the time period, which obviously saved a lot of time on FMV. But in this game, we can now talk to people.
A few coins for a blind old beggar.
Sorry, I can't help you.
Looks like nasty weather.
Nasty weather? I'm sorry, I would have to disagree.
Really? I could have sworn I felt a star moving in. Well then, in that case, I think I'll stay here and get some rest.
I think that was a code word thing, right? Like, We need to know the password response. Do a quick save. I'm gonna go to BRB for just a couple of minutes. Oh, now that I'm using 3 machines, I've also got screens going to sleep. That's not a problem I had previously. Right, let's see. BRB. Music on. BRB screen. There we are. See you soon. What? Something's going on. Interesting. I've found some race condition in OBS and I'm on the game screen in terms of what's selected, but I'm obviously on the chatting screen. Let me try going to chatting and then back to game. What's going on? Oh, your timing is great. I managed to there we go. I managed to hit some race condition in OBS. It's not too bad. Just something we had to do with the scene change. Alright, let's bring our music back down. There we go, and back to the game. So we're now holographically disguised as the beggar.
Those large earthenware containers strewn about the docks are called pithoi. Bronze Age Mediterranean cultures used them to hold liquids like oil and wine. When full, they would be incredibly heavy, which is why I assume they have the loading crane. And when you need a crane to unload your booze, it's time to admit you have a problem. Many huge terracotta pots like those pithoi were uncovered in the excavation of Knossos, the Minoan capital on Crete. Many of them ranged up to 9 feet tall and 6 feet in diameter. It's amazing they could turn pots that large, let alone fire them. All those handles were to distribute the weight over multiple ropes when they moved them.
We get either random quips or actual history facts. The tune that guy is playing on his flute is a version of the theme from the original game.
It almost looks like he's waiting for a passenger. Maybe the guy is some sort of ferryman. If so, he must know the lay of the land. I'm fairly certain that the docked ship is of Egyptian make. What would it be doing here so far from home?
I didn't max out his chatter frequency, but I did manually activate him every time he had something to say, so we're not missing anything.
No, not this time. Look, I have to make a living too, you know. Try your luck with someone else.
There are no other ferrymen at this dock.
Well then, I guess you'll just have to wait for one.
I guess this guy knows the beggar and is not willing to offer him passage. However, well, we did grab his appearance. Now, that said, I don't know what else we can do with that. For example, the blind beggar won't care what we look like. We can't use that to cross over there. So we've got a silk cloth, silk scarf and a wooden staff. I wonder whether we can... Oh no, that's it. We can go to the front of the ship, right?
Hey, I'm always good for a gaff.
I get it. This is a gaff used for pulling the ship on like against the thing. Oh. Hello.
Do not frown upon me with those eyes. If we were in my country, it is you who would be the prisoner.
So, what country are you from?
I hail from the proud and strong land of Egypt, the land of pharaohs.
Why are you tied up?
You ask me? It was your ship that attacked, unprovoked, and brought us here. If it were my choice, we would be far from this miserable little island by now.
I can see that you don't want to be disturbed. I'll go now.
Praise Osiris! Some peace at last.
He's a cagey fellow, but I guess being locked up will do that. Still, he seems to be waiting for someone in particular.
For our other guy.
Yes?
A few coins for a blind old beggar?
Oh, right. Right, coins. Is there not something you wish to say?
Oh, yes, of course. Where are my manners? Thank you, friend.
No, no, that's not... That is to say...
He's waiting for
They
the
are not whom I was
password.
expecting.
I must go now.
Very well, then.
He's waiting for the password, so... Alright. So we go to the beggar, give him the coin, see what he says, use that, we're going to have to go around a couple of times I think, and then manage to get the right password from each of them, pretending to be the other one.
Coins for a blind beggar. A few coins for a blind old beggar. Thank you, friend. Looks like nasty weather.
It would seem so, yes.
Well then, perhaps you had better move indoors. You would not want to be caught in the rain. Coins for a blind beggar.
We still have a coin, so that's good.
What now?
I must go now.
Very well,
Interesting. The game did do that on my end. That weird stuttering. Okay, I don't think there's anything else we can do just now. Maybe we actually need knowledge of what it is that they're hiding before we can interact with that puzzle. What are we doing? But now what we can do is take the guise of the captain. Captain? Okay. Oh yeah, of course, because he's a prisoner. And now we have a coin. So we can pay for passage on the ferry. I'm assuming.
Oh, where can I take you?
We're at the windmill, so I guess the temple.
The temple.
That'll be 10 dromoi. I am Kashani, but everyone calls me Kashi. You must be the captain of the boat they captured just this morning. I know how you feel. I am a victim too. The Atlanteans capture anyone that passes by. Now, the Atlanteans have kept their city secret for over 1,000 years. Whenever a ship passes too close, they capture it and they force the crew to live here as second-class citizens. No one is allowed to leave. The rules are very strict. Okay, this is it. Hey, have a good day now.
So we're a second-class citizen as someone captured. That's a guard.
No second-class citizens in the temple.
Gage, you like movies about gladiators? Who is allowed into the temple?
Only native Atlantean citizens making deliveries or possessing a gold temple medallion may enter.
What kind of things get delivered to the temple?
Anything the Templars have need of. Today, deliveries are expected from the olive oil and potter shops.
What medallion?
A gold medallion bearing the seal of the temple. How do you expect to gain entry without one?
Very bad OPSEC. He's telling me everything I need.
So, why aren't second-class citizens allowed in?
By decree of the Templars.
This guard is protecting a lock. Sort of a water elevator for boats, so they can get from one level of the canals to the next. It looks like we need to use this one to get up to the reservoir around the temple. Well, then it would seem that I'm not going to the temple.
Good day.
Right. So what did we gain from that? Well, what happens if we do this?
Oh, sorry. I'm waiting for someone. Please find another ferry.
Okay.
Oh, so where are we off to this time?
Oh, interesting. So the place we were at initially was the dock. The windmill, we know there is a person there. And there are 2 other vendors we can go to. Oh, which are the deliveries that were mentioned by the guard. Let's start with the windmill.
That'll be 10 dramois.
They did several different animations for him accepting payment.
Do not lose hope, huh? You are not alone. Many of the non-natives refuse to live as captives. They have formed an underground resistance group and are planning to escape the island. Last I heard, they were almost ready. They will probably contact you soon if they have not
Underground
already.
resistance,
Hey,
I see.
Do not tell anyone what I have told you. All right, we've arrived. Thank you for your business, eh?
Taxi driver casually telling you about the resistance. Okay.
These are interesting schematics. They seem to be detailing some hidden passageway. I hate to make aesthetic criticisms in other people's homes, but this rug looks like a beaver exploded.
Go on, what other smart...
This looks like it should be on Shatner's head. Or it could have been on Ernest Borgnine's back. Nice flat puppy. No real animals were harmed to create this computer-generated rug. If meat is murder, then that rug is at least a severe beating. Chia floor. Gage, slowly reach for the shears. No sudden movements, it looks hungry. How many human beards had to die to make that rug? The ferocious wig creature from the planet Weave waited patiently, hungrily on the ground, biding its time for its favorite unsuspecting meal, a scrumptious time travel agent. That rug looks like a... Oh, forget this. If you can think of a funny line, please write to Presto Studios, care of everyone involved, but no one who cares.
Great. Okay, this is the device that we saw. So I guess the trapdoor is maybe under here. Or there, or nearby. Oh, that one. Must be that one. So tie it to the contraption somewhere. Alright, so do we think he's a native Atlantean?
Looks like nasty weather.
Well, if you insist.
Storms can appear from nowhere this time of year.
Okay,
Well,
he's part of the
when
resistance.
in Atlantis, do as the Atlanteans do, I suppose. And just for kicks, I'll add "looks like nasty weather" to your dialogue
there we
repertoire
go.
as a greeting. Gage, he said it looks like nasty weather too. Unless the neighborhood calls the same psychic weather advisor, something definitely smells fishy in Atlantis. And it's not the tide.
So we...
Although Atlantis is often thought of as a Greek civilization, there were many anthropologists who believed that Atlantis actually was derived from the Minoan civilization. Judging by their architecture, I think their guess was right.
So we need to go back to the captain in the guise of the beggar and use that line.
Ah, so where shall I take you now, huh?
Should I do that first? Or should I head to the oil vendor? Let's get out of the way.
The dock.
That'll be 10 dromoi, please.
Very glad that we've got an infinite pile of coins.
You know, in Nubia, we lived on the Great Nile, and we had a saying. The river floods so that life may begin anew. Because sometimes life has a plan all its own, and there's nothing you can do. So you might as well make the best of it.
Just Bubsy and Gex
life
meeting
is
at a
not so
party.
bad here. Most of the people are
Oh
friendly.
dear, that's a terrifying
I have a
thought.
roof over my head and food on the table. The Resistance offered me a chance to leave. I decided to stay. No, this is my home now. Here it is. Oh, hey, take care now, huh?
All right. Quickly head around.
What now?
Looks like nasty weather.
Yes. It may even rain. So you are my contact then? Were it not for these bonds, I would have been able to meet you as planned. But I have spoken to a member of my crew. He will be coming to free me later. Once I am released, I will seek you out.
I think I'm starting to pierce through the dark storm clouds of deceit. It looks like we've stumbled upon an arranged meeting between the captain and the beggar. They're using code words to communicate. I'll add the bit about it may even rain to your dialogue choices. I must go now.
Very well then.
So now we'll do the opposite. As the captain talk to the beggar. And give the response.
A few coins for a blind old beggar. Thank you, friend. Looks like nasty weather.
Yes, it may even rain.
Ah, good. I am glad to see that they finally let you off the ship. My name is Padros the Atlantean. Let me start by saying that I make no excuses for my people. They have no right to treat you this way. I wanted to meet with you to give you a chance to escape this prison island. There is an underground network of captives who are willing to risk their lives for a chance to return to their homelands. I have been meeting with them to organize an escape. With my knowledge of the island's inner workings, we have come up with a solid plan. We leave tomorrow, and we would like you to join us.
All right, let's see.
Why do you call this a prison island?
Yours is not the first ship to be captured by the Atlantean fleet. The people of Atlantis go to such lengths to ensure that their private utopia remains unspoiled by invaders or trade. But what makes it a utopia for native Atlanteans makes it a prison for their second-class citizens. No one is allowed to leave. You will never see your homeland or your family again. Nor will you be granted temple rights.
How do they get food?
So, what's your plan?
Your skills were impressed upon me by a fellow countryman of yours, Amun, the Egyptian. He will give you the details of the plan, and you can find him at the windmill nearest to us. When he asks about the weather, tell him it is going to be a long winter.
So why should I trust you?
It is true. You have no reason to trust me. All I can tell you is that this may be your one and only chance to escape. If you do not take advantage of it, you may very well regret that decision for the rest of your life.
Well, we know that the entire place is going to be blown up by aliens, so he is right.
I don't know. It sounds pretty risky. What if we're caught?
Death will most certainly be the punishment for this crime. But even death is preferable to living as a prisoner.
I'll go now.
Coins for a blind beggar.
Well, I might as well follow through on the thread and go back to the windmill. And if I get stuck at some point, I will move on to the... What was it? Oil vendor and potter?
Ah, where to now, huh?
The windmill.
That will be 10 dromoi. You are probably wondering, where is everybody? Let me tell you, they are all at the festival. Oh, such a celebration you never did see. I call it the end of the world party. Because the way they carry on, oh boy, you would think that there will be no more tomorrow. I think it's in honor of the Earth Mother. But I don't know much about their religion. Since you're not a native Atlantean, I am sure that the olive oil vendor would be happy to tell you all about it.
You're probably wondering where everyone else
Okay,
is.
then,
We only have the budget
be
for about
careful
5
getting out of the
actors.
boat.
All the puzzles have been pretty straightforward so far. I mean, compared to the first couple of games where there was some real obscure stuff going on.
Still looks like nasty weather.
Yes, it looks like it's going to be a long winter.
Ah, good. Then the beggar has convinced you to join us, Ahmed. How long has it been? 10 years? 12? It is good to see you again, old friend. Well, now you see that my ship was not lost at sea. Surely everyone must think that. But soon, I will be able to tell them the truth myself.
How did you end up here?
In the same manner as you. My ship was captured while on a trading voyage. They brought me back here and haven't allowed me to set foot on a ship since. I had no choice but to find work on the island. Me, a man of the sea, forced to take work as a windmill keeper. Oh, but none of that matters now.
Who is the beggar?
He goes by the name Padros. He is an outcast Atlantean Templar. Many years ago, while only an initiate, he was blinded and expelled from the Order simply because he expressed disagreement with their holding of the Galeth's powers. His harsh punishment was a message to other initiates who felt as he did. Do not worry that Padros is an Atlantean. He is a good man who believes in our cause.
Yeah, just getting a lore rundown here.
What's the Galeth?
The Galeth is the Atlanteans' most important religious artifact. They foolishly believe it has life-giving powers. So strong is their belief that they keep it hidden from covetous eyes within the inner temple. It is always protected by a guardian Templar.
That's probably what we're looking for.
What's a Templar?
I have never forsaken our beliefs for their religious nonsense, but I do know that the Templars are to the Atlanteans as the High Priests are to us.
There were other initiates who agreed with Padros?
Yes, his best friend Saros finished Templar training and passed the rite of initiation, even though he secretly agreed with Padros. They have not spoken since.
What is the final rite of initiation?
More nonsense. They say the initiates must commune with the Galeth and ask its blessing to become a Guardian Templar. Supposedly, if they are worthy, the Galeth grants them eternal life.
So, what's the escape plan?
The plan is to escape the island while everyone is celebrating the Kalas Kalera. But what's more, Padros and I have uncovered a secret passage to the inner temple. Tomorrow, I will escort Padros through the passage to rescue his old friend Saros and escape with the Galeth. After, we will meet at the outer docks, board 3 ships, and sail away undetected.
I just had a terrible thought. And bearing in mind, I did play this game a very long time ago, so I don't know if I'm right or not. What if the friend Saros is Elliot Sinclair, right? Who we saw at the beginning escaping from the destroyed Atlantis? Because I assumed that we were just seeing Elliot Sinclair having travelled back in time, since he was the inventor of time travel. But if there is in fact this alien legacy that grants you eternal life, he could also have just been around that long. Although I'd say in that case, my question's about why didn't he... I mean, there was a lot of other stuff he could have presumably done if that was the case.
There's an inner temple? Well, where is it and what's your secret passage?
The inner temple lies below the main temple at the bottom of the bay. Always seawater pours down into the inner temple, powering a clockwork device. That water drains out through a pipe that passes beneath this windmill. I've broken into the pipe, and it's large enough to crawl through.
Why is the plan set for tomorrow?
Because forever water flows through the pipe, except during the Callus Calera. They claim the stream is redirected by their Earth Mother. Something about the lifting the Galeth in a column of water. Whatever the reason, the channel runs dry for just 1 hour on that day.
What do you mean, rescue Saros?
The sword falls swiftly upon Templars who seek to abandon the Order. Even straying from the grounds is not permitted. Now we've gotten word of our plan to Guardian Templar Saros. He has agreed to allow Padros access to the Galeth in return for helping him escape the watchful eyes of his brethren.
So, what do you want of me?
We request only that you pilot one of the escape ships.
That makes sense.
What is the Kalos Kalire?
I do not know much about it, only that it is a rare event. I would suggest you ask the olive oil vendor. She is always willing to spread the tainted seed of their foolish beliefs.
I'll speak to you later, my friend.
Please. I must go up to fix the windmill, but you are welcome to stay if you like.
Alright. With that lore dump, it's been a couple of hours. Maybe it's a good time to wrap up. That went pretty smoothly, I think. Both in terms of the stream tech and the gameplay, so I'm glad. And I'm enjoying all the FMV. Yeah, so let's see. Thinking about my shutdown order now. Heading back to chatting. Hopefully I won't get stuck this time. Which is a touch crackly on those transitions on the laptop. Oh, and I'm off center now. But not by too much. That'll do. Alright, let's see. Bring the music back. I need to automate some of these things now in an appropriate way for the multi-PC setup. So, what's coming up? We've got... What is coming up? Checking actual calendar. Yeah. Yeah, no, my calendar is clear for the usual stream. So on Friday we'll have more futuristic racing. And I need to actually decide what we're playing. I was too busy with the multi-PC setup and have not thought about that. And on Monday, we will continue with Journeyman Project 3. Alright. Now, how do I raid with this setup? How do I raid? I've got many screens going. Okay, let's go here. The other slight issue I have is that barely run a browser on the machine that I'm using for the avatar rendering. But that is the machine I'm probably going to need to use for sending off the raid. What have we got? What have we got? Pandy Canes. I don't think we've raided her before. Very cool 3D model, similar sort of Y2K, Neo Y2K art style, and she's currently doing looks like some Blender modeling. So I'm going to send you over to her stream. I found a Twitch plugin that helped. Sorry, a Stream Deck plugin that helped with raid. I'm gonna have to install, and that should make things easier. Andy Kane, there we go. Right, she's got follower or subscriber only chat, so don't feel obliged either way. But it's a good stream, I think. She has some cool art. And on my end, I'm going to head over to the credits. Oh no, I've got so many mice and keyboards around. Alright. Thank you so much for watching. It's time for me to go. If you, like me, have caught the Millennium Bug, make sure to watch the next stream or find me elsewhere on the World Wide Web by clicking on the links below the video. I've been Millennium Cyborg. Keep that future vibe, and I'll see you in the world of tomorrow.